What's up guys, Xavier Wools here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today we've got a lot of news to talk about on this one. We've got 5 small little news stories, or smaller little news stories, but all pretty worthy of a video. And yeah, we've got to pack them all into one, guys, because I can't do 5 individual videos on this when I'm already putting out 2 to 3 videos a day. So today we're going to cover Arash Rahbar, an update of him because he's doing the 2019 Classic Physique Olympia, and he is 6 weeks out. Brandon Curry and William Bonac updates, photo updates from those guys. Derek Lunsford at 6 weeks out from the 212 Mr Olympia. He's the favorite going in. We've got updated video and photos from him. James Hollingshead apparently working with Chris for technician Aceto, and also Luke Sandoe, an update from him ahead of this weekend's Tampa Pro. So let's launch into it, and we'll start with Arash Rahbar. And this guy is one of the most underrated guys, I'd say, right now in the classic physique division. I think a lot of people forget about, guys that don't compete in, either the Arnold Classic or the Olympia, and he missed the Arnold Classic, and he was battling with some fatigue issues or some adrenal issues. And I know how, myself, I've had that, and I know how hard that can be and how hard it is to actually make your body respond when you're having legitimate fatigue issues and adrenal issues. And like, once I sorted mine out, my body responded so much better. I dropped fat like crazy quick. And, if he's sort of got that sorted out now and it's improved a lot, then I think we're going to see the best Arash Rahbar we've ever seen. And now this guy is, for me, he's an uncrowned Classic Physique Mr Olympia, because in that first Classic Physique Olympia, he actually placed second to Danny Hester. And I thought Arash was better. Now, some people have said Arash isn't really the traditional classic physique. But we've seen in this division, they don't necessarily go for the classic physique, like meaning the old school, like Arnold Schwarzenegger look. Otherwise, you'd see a guy like Wesley Visser's doing a bit better than he is. But he's sort of got that, just that smaller waist, nice frame, well proportioned. And I just think that is a great look. And I think that's a look that can really battle up in that top 3 of the Classic Physique Olympia. So he placed second his first year. In his second year, he placed 4th in the Olympia. And in his third, which was last year, he placed 5th. So he slowly regressed in the placings. But the competitors have got better, and he has been battling that fatigue issue. And he believes, in an interview I heard with him, that he can be a lot better. And by these photos, he's looking amazing. So I'm predicting Arash to make a top 5 finish at the 2019 Classic Physique Olympia. Most likely anyway. I've got to look at the competitors list again, but he is looking damn impressive this far out. So next story, we're going to do another Olympia story, and this is just basically update pictures from Brandon Curry and William Bonac, 2 of the favorites going into the 2019 Mr Olympia, and both these dudes are looking good. Brandon Curry means business, but we always do see updates from Brandon Curry leading up to the Olympia, and he always does look good. So I sort of take these slightly with a grain of salt, but you can't deny this dude looks like he's actually going to be ready. And also William Bonac is looking like, I don't know, his biceps are looking more crazy than normal lately. I know another channel actually suggested that potentially has some Simpo or whatever in them. I'm not suggesting that, but his biceps are looking absolutely insane. And I think he's probably got another level of motivation to sort of prove Neil Hill wrong, and the fact that he actually can legitimately win the 2019 Mr Olympia. Next story, Derek Lunsford. Now, this dude is the favorite for the 212 Mr Olympia, and with good reason too. He placed second last year, not being at his best. So if he can improve on that package, he's going to be near unstoppable to beat. You've got other guys like Kamal Ghani and that, but I just don't know if they're good enough to actually beat a Derek Lunsford, because his shape is fantastic. His size is fantastic, and you can see he's ready early, which actually was his problem last year, and people believe he burnt out. Now, about a week or 2 ago, I featured a story on Derek Lunsford, and I said, maybe I thought he'd be a little bit leaner by his updates from, 11, 12 weeks out, but he's put the pedal to the metal, and he's looking crazy. He's improved so much in the space of about a week or a week and a half that I'm just so shocked that he's actually well ahead of schedule now compared to last week where I thought he was about on schedule. So Derek Lunsford looking damn good, and he's going to be near on impossible to beat in that 212 Olympia, in my opinion, unless Hardy Jupin comes and is able to come into the country and gets his visa and then decides to do the 212, which I think he'd do the Open anyway, to be honest with you guys. Next story, James Hollingshead, who had a very successful year this year competing. He did a lot of shows. He placed quite high in some shows, as high as 3rd, I believe. And he acquired plenty of Olympia points, not enough to actually qualify for the 2019 Olympia, but he was up there in the point standings, and he's a guy that really impressed me, but he was just not quite there in terms of jumping some of these guys and, and winning a show quite yet. But this dude definitely has the potential to, and he really did impress me this year and exceeded my expectations by a bit. So the fact that he's apparently teaming up with Chris the Technician Aceto, and I'll read that out to you guys as well. I'll just find it. He said, also Gavin Raimondi sent this to me as well, so credit to you, Gavin, for sending this through. He said, this is on Trained by JP's website, where I believe Gavin is a member. He said, right, spoken to Aceto. Tomorrow we could get the green light. If so, I'll let you know ASAP. And then there was following messages that came through to actually sort of confirm that they are working together as well, which I think is super exciting because Hollingshead is just sensational. And he's a Brit just like Luke Sandoe, who we're going to talk about in a minute, who's actually working with Chris Aceto. So I know they're friends. They have a podcast together, The Size Game. So yeah, very, very happy about that. And I think we're going to see the best of James Hollingshead. And I believe we're going to see him on that 2020 Olympia stage next year. Now, the last one, Luke Sandoe. This dude is looking amazing. He's coming over to Tampa. He decided not to do the Portugal show, which I think, in my opinion, he would have won pretty much with ease, most likely. He's decided to do Portugal, where he'll be up against Dexter Jackson, reportedly, because Dexter at this point is not on the list for the Tampa Pro. I'll just double check that with you guys now. And no, I'm seeing no Dexter Jackson on that list, which this was updated on the 29th of July. The first list was posted on the 26th. So that has been updated since the first list, and he hasn't been added to the second list either. I think Dexter's still doing it though. He has said he's doing it, but I have heard a few rumblings that he might not be because the Olympia is, so wide open this year that it might be silly for him to actually do this show. But he does want to get that to that 30 pro wins. I know there's other channels out there saying this would be his 30th pro win if he's to win it. It'd actually be his 29th. He actually said that in an interview recently. He's on 28 right now. This would be his 29th, but he wants to get to 30. So this sort of suggests to me that, ideally he'd love that Olympia to be his 30th pro win and for him to win this one. But he may just go do one of these post-Olympia shows. There's not as many this year, but there'd be one he'd be able to hit up and get his 30th pro win and potentially call it quits. Who knows? But as you can see here, Luke Sandoe is looking amazing. This is some stuff from him in Tampa, Florida, where his sponsor is, and obviously the Tampa it's not where his sponsor is exactly. His sponsor's in Boca, Florida, but he's looking sensational, and I think Luke Sandoe will be battling with Dexter Jackson for the win here. But you got to remember as well, I think if there's a few guys in this list that actually beat him, then Luke Sandoe could actually miss the Olympia, I believe. So if he got beaten by Dexter Jackson, Lucas Olzadil, and Ian Valliere, I think that Luke Sandoe would actually miss the Olympia on points, potentially. But I don't really see that happening. Luke would have to come in considerably off, and he looks in awesome conditioning and size here. So anyway, guys, that's it for the video. And what I'm going to actually start doing at the end of these videos, all videos except interviews, because I actually really appreciate all the support I get from you guys, and some of you have been absolutely phenomenal at leaving comments, saying positive words and leaving positive, well thought out comments and sharing my stuff out. So the first shout out I'm going to do is to Dean Palmer. Dean doesn't actually comment, I believe, on the videos, but he shares every single video I put up on Facebook in the desktop bodybuilding group and or on my profile. He'll share every single video out straight away. It's like I put it up and it's shared. So I really appreciate that. He actually used to do bodybuilding around the same time as my dad and competed around the same time as my dad back in Tasmania, Australia, back in the day. So thank you very much, Dean. Really appreciate all the support, and I'll be trying to do a shout out every video because there's a bunch of you guys that I just appreciate so much, and I'm basically just going to notice you guys, and if you want a shout out, put it in the comments and you might get one. Anyway, guys, that's it for another video. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. If you like these videos where I cover a bunch of content in one, also give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments as well. Also, guys, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and hit that notification bell button, and you'll be notified of every video that goes up from Desktop Bodybuilding and myself, obviously. Anyway, guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. For Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.